Hi.
Dude, this would be so funny if this, on this Imperator day, we're like the only person people streaming right
Okay, this is my first time playing, so bear
now.
with.
You've never
Uh, Hold on, the music's a little bit loud for me. Okay. Put it to like that. Okay. So do I just go to like multiplayer or what?
Let me just boot it up here. I'm
Okay.
still in the launcher.
The Ides of March. Save games will have broken characters. To continue. Okay.
I guess I'll be able to see your screen on Twitch as well, so I can hopefully help you out and see what you're doing at the same time.
And cheat and destroy me.
Well, hopefully we'd be working together.
Okay.
That's how I like to play these. Especially when you've never played before. I mean, like, that would make it easier to win, but...
Yeah. You've got that merciless streak.
No. I prefer to cooperate on these sort of things because if you play competitively, there's always somebody who's played like 10,000 hours in the dang thing.
Yeah.
Knows every stupid little quirk. And I've only played like 8,000 hours, and so I'm screwed.
So I remember in the past when I was young, like in high school, like I remember playing StarCraft and just freely going on Battle.net and like playing random people, like it was nothing, like, okay, yeah, like let's fight some random people, no problem. And like nowadays I'm just like, I don't want to go online, I'm scared.
I think I played this with my friend before, and everything we have to do when I host a game. Let's see if I host a game.
Multiplayer. Paradox Plaza.
The other thing I don't like. The other thing I don't like about playing multiplayer with games like this is if you play with a bunch of people, I just foresee it being a popularity contest.
Yeah.
You'd be the best diplomat, and then like I'm terrible at that stuff. I hate those like sort of board games.
I remember in Digipen at college, a bunch of us got together and did like StarCraft game, like LAN games, where there's like 8 people in one battle, and like it was very much like who's the biggest threat, and everyone like dogpiles that person, and so like I just played like I normally play in a single player match, which is to like turtle and like build a fleet of carriers, but like Brant sent a drone to die in my camp and saw what I was doing and told everybody, and so I immediately died because like, oh, we can't have you building carriers, and then I was like the first one out, and I'm like, this is not fun.
Darn you, Brant.
The bastard.
Brant, if there was one person that would win the game of diplomacy, that
It would be, yes, it would be him.
So I've done multiplayer private game, but no password.
Okay.
I don't know if I have to.
No password, same
You
checks
scan
on... What am I looking for? Server ID?
Down at the bottom there should be a scan for game.
Yeah. No games
Down at the
found.
bottom. Let's see. Public. Try again. What is it?
Game. Game of Arcarian by Fella.
Yeah. Sure, I don't know. That's just the checksum. I don't know what that means. So now if I put it to private, does that then not include you? Who is this other person? No!
Look at all these
No.
shirtless men. Ooh, Greeks.
I'm trying to close out people. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Cyber Natuk has kicked from the game. Play single player. Cyber Zenmo was kicked from the game.
I'm so sorry, people. Now it says play single player as an option. Oh my god, what's happening?
Are you Arcarian?
Yeah, maybe I needed to give you...
It says private.
But you're in, right?
It seems so.
Uh, I've got these windows that I can't close, which just say play single player is my only button.
Same.
So maybe I will just not touch them.
Just yeah, don't touch them.
It's so weird.
Mixed gender
This is not how I
rules.
remember it.
With mixed rules, you may enable gender equality in the country you play if you so desire it. In static rules, the gender equality of your country will be predetermined.
Should nobody play according to AI settings?
The Bricky. Lurk, lurk, lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Bricky.
Zombie plays AI.
Enabled mods. Check some fella. Auto accept hot join.
Okay, so I can choose. If I click on a nation, I can choose.
Oh shit.
Hey.
I can't move. Oh shit. Yeah, I can't. I can't turn these windows off. These are all.
Well, can you click on a nation? Just you could just click on any nation. It's fine. It should.
Macedon.
Can you click on one for me first?
Argos.
Okay. And that shows up to me, and then it says we're ready, and I can start. So hopefully.
Syria. Athenae and Attica. Is Athens a place?
Yes. It starts as a kind of a vassal of the Antigonids, the yellow to the right. The big yellow to the right. In Anatolia. It's off your screen right now. But then, yeah, it starts as a vassal of that big yellow blob. But it has ways to break free pretty easily.
Thrace.
But you've got Sparta, you've got Athens, you've got Thebes and Corinth and all that.
You've got Knossos.
I would say there's a few nations that are pretty dang easy, and maybe the easiest of all is the Ptolemies in Egypt.
Ptolemies. Wow.
They are huge to start out with, and they are involved in the big succession wars from Alexander. And so you'd probably end up fighting with the Antigonids, but you're on like one end of it, and so you can just kind of like fight one direction. And
which one counts as the Ptolemy? Oh, all of that's the Ptolemaic kingdom. Okay, I want to do Greek, but I'm gonna stick with Alexandria then.
I was just gonna go through a few options for you if you want. There's Rome, of course, is basically they're designed to expand. And so they're made to be pretty darn easy. The other big power in the west is Carthage. But they do eventually get threatened by Rome, and you could get overwhelmed by Rome in the long run.
Carthage.
If you're dead set on Greece, I don't know if you want to be a big power or a small power.
There's India.
One of the things I like to do in games like this is I want to be able to support you, but I don't want to be right next to you in a way that our missions trees would fight each other. Like, you would get a mission that would say take all of Greece, but I'm also in Greece, so you can't accomplish that, right?
Okay.
Or it's harder. So
Kush, the kingdom of Kush.
Possibly, like, one person could play in Greece, and one person could play in Rome, or one person could play Egypt and Greece, or, I don't know. We can think about it. What makes the most sense.
Is this the bounds of the entire map here?
It is, although I think there is a mod that extends it all the way to China.
China would be cool.
That would probably be for another day once you're actually used to stuff. So Maria is one of the biggest powers in the game at the start.
This one?
But there are options, but should be options. There are in single player. I don't know how it works in multiplayer. but I have options in the Invictus mod to allow for kind of like a collapse of Moria, like when their leader dies. It's like some sort of historical stuff.
Are you going for Rome then?
I'm open. Rome might be like an easy one for you, or unless you want to, you really want to do Greece or something.
I'm down for. I'm still down for Ptolemy.
Yeah, that's fine too. Let's see, if you were the Ptolemies, would be good. I don't want to get in your way, and you might get missions down into Kush.
That Kush. Judea. Antigone.
Yeah. They probably assume that you're going to try to take on the rest of the Diadochi, which takes you all over the map in the east.
The Kingdom of Kush.
I suppose I could play like Carthage or something, or Rome, or anything over in the west that wouldn't really interfere with you.
Bactria.
How close do you want me to stick?
That's up to you. I don't care.
Alternatively, I could play as, say, like the Seleucids, and we could both gang up on the Antigonid kingdom. But then you might get missions to like retake Diadochi, like Alexander's kingdom, which might end up putting us in
at odds.
Like we wouldn't have to fight, but it would say that you couldn't complete those missions, right? Unless you do. But that's kind of long term, so maybe it doesn't really matter for a first game out.
Etruria. Cappadocia.
I could play down in Kush, and I could just try to consolidate all of the south, and then you might get some options for missions that say go down and kick my ass, but you could probably go the other direction through Antagonids and Seleucids and stuff. And then we would be right next to each other.
You would know better.
Yeah, maybe I'll try Kush. That would put me pretty close to you.
Okay.
If it doesn't work out, we can always do something else later. So you can see up top that there are certain buttons. Those are map modes that allow you to see different stuff. The political map mode shows the kingdoms. That's the third one over. And that's what you're seeing right now. If you go to the next one, there's a cultural map mode. And that is one important mode. It shows you what is your culture, or like associated cultures. And if I recall correctly, basically like people will be more happy if, and therefore more productive and so forth, if you either accept their culture, or it's your base culture, or they're in your culture group. But if you take land that is other cultures, then either you need to like specifically accept that culture, or convert them over to yours over time, or they'll just be a little bit more unhappy. No, not a big deal. But and then the next one over is religions, and again, religions is much faster to convert, I think, than cultural generally, so you want to try to convert people to your religion as soon as you can.
Zalmoxian. Italic. Italic. Helvetica.
Oh, dude, there's actually like all of these font names up here somewhere in the northern Italy.
Armazic.
Comic Sans.
Canaanite. Chaldean. Zoroastrian. Vedic. Agamic. Natic. Bon. Voxite. That sounds fun.
So those are the main, most important map modes, I'd say, just those three. But yeah, trade goods, that just shows you all the different trade goods. civilization matters for some things, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Government type doesn't really matter to you. Like, you don't really care what the other government types are. Player map mode could be helpful if you want to find who the players are in a game in a big multiplayer. Otherwise, pretty not too useful. Population map mode kind of shows you where the big populations are for cities or stuff like that.
Dun, 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 dun.
And there are a few other map modes, and I'll help you with that. One of the big things is there's a mode that shows you cities versus settlements, and that's kind of an important distinction in the game. But anyway.
Ptolemaic Kingdom. Kush. Bless you.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on very easy because why not? And we're gonna lose the couple people that are actually watching the stream because we're on very easy. Sorry. Oh, good. There's the game rules down here. So, does it show you the game rules? It's grayed out for you on the lower right.
Yeah, it's grayed out.
I'm gonna turn off seasonal food mechanics, which to me would probably just make food more complicated. Larger revolts, I don't want us to have to deal with that right now. New Diadochi mechanics, I think that allows for immediate seizure of land if you go to war with the Antignids in the early game. Which is probably a good thing since you're in a pretty defensible corner. So I'll leave that on. Usually in war, you would take the land, but it wouldn't convert to you until you made a peace agreement and said, I want this, this, and this, and then it would become permanently yours. And until then, it would be striped, your color. But with the new Diadochi, in the Diadochi Wars, if you take land, you immediately flip it, which is pretty nice.
I've been to this place in the real world.
You didn't get attacked by a hippo.
No.
Hippos are the scariest animal.
But I almost got attacked by Syrian insurgents. I was looking for the Aswan Dam, but I'm like, oh wait, that's before this era, or that's after this era.
Just a little bit. Marian collapse will leave on. Galatian invasion will turn.
It's like around here somewhere.
Do you want dynastic names for the Diadochi? Do you want the Macedon to be called Antipatrid Kingdom?
The city of Babylon, Egypto. In Memphis, Tennessee.
I guess I'll go ahead and start. Are you selected Ptolemy's good?
Yeah.
It's very easy to end up in the wrong country.
Okay.
You've still got these
I know.
player-clicked windows. I'm just gonna click play single player and cross my fingers. And you didn't get kicked as far as I can tell.
Alexandros, I can click it?
I clicked the button, it didn't do anything as far as I can tell to you, so they should be safe.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. 18 years ago, the Argead king Alexandros III died suddenly in Babylon at the age of 32. Wow, I outlived him. In the 5 years preceding his death, his continuing success reshaped the world known to the Greeks, his empire stretching uninterrupted from Egypt to the Indus. The suddenness of Alexandros' early death, his lack of a chosen successor, sent shockwaves to the hierarchy of satraps and generals who attended him, splintering his empire into elements ruled by those potentates styled as the Diadochi. For many years, they and their successors have been locked in a bitter struggle over the future of the empire, drawing all nations within their sphere of influence into the conflict. The wars of the Diadochi will surely continue. Perhaps it is up to the Ptolemaic kingdom to decide how they will end. The die is cast. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the kind of intro for any of the major powers of the Diadochi Wars. So the Diadochi Wars will involve Macedon, Thrace, the Antigonids, the Seleucids, and you. I believe that's all. And you'll get some events that pop up related to it.
This is what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I can take you through stuff. So the first things you want to probably tackle is these buttons at the top. These event things at the top.
Family will be scorned if the members hold fewer than their expected share of state jobs. The characters and family shows how many jobs each family has and how many they expect to have. Following families consider themselves scorned. Okay.
Go to the left side, the laurels. Okay. That works too. So this will show you all of your major families. And they're always in competition over there. And so right now, on the right side, you can see that each one wants 3 jobs.
Okay.
And there are a couple families that don't have at least 3 jobs. One has 4 jobs, so you could take somebody away from that and give it to another family. But then you're going to have to find a couple more jobs. There are some possibilities. I think...
How do I do that?
Up at the top center, there's a table icon. If you click up at the top, out of this menu. So you have 1 extra slot in government. So if you click the refresh button looking thing. Now, if you start to scroll down through the list of candidates, you should see that some are in a house.
How?
How is there nobody? It may be that if we go forward a couple months, this will solve itself. Or it's very strange to me that you don't have anybody from that house that can be employed. But what I believe I turned on, was the ability to allow social equity. So if I put the option in the game for male or female leaders.
I saw that.
But you have to enable that. So you want to go up to the top and hit the scroll on the left side in the green. There's a rolled up scroll. Embrace social equity. And you're going to have to pay a few political points to do it, but then you'll be able to employ both men and women, which will give you like twice as many options. So I just like to have it.
Okay.
Options to employ. So now let's see if you go back to that table icon.
The list is much longer.
Yes. So that should help you find. So what you want is somebody with good, the sun icon, which is like religion. So you're at the bottom of the list right now, which is like the worst religion people. So you want to go to the top of the list. And yeah, like that person would be great. This lady has 3. The hand icon, you see how there's a hand icon there? It tells you how loyal they are to you.
Okay.
So often I employ people who are more loyal to me, but she was not very loyal to you, but now she apparently is. So maybe she was just mad she didn't have a place in government. You've got 2 guys at the top there also who are employed who aren't from a family. You can tell they're from a family because they've got a colored corner. You see the colored corners on some of those? So the guys without colored corners are basically, they're taking your slots and maybe they're useful to you, but they're not
Samara
giving...
Flame 1, thank you for the hydrate. What were you saying?
Well, now you got me looking around for my drink. So if they... whenever possible, I would suggest putting somebody in one of these positions who's from a family, and that way you don't have to deal very often with this unhappy families. Yeah. What's left?
There.
So now you don't have any more scorn families.
Unused trade routes in capital. There are 9 import routes to our capital, while we could have 10.
You can also put people from families in as governors if you take over new territories, basically, or in charge of your armies or your navies and so forth. So trade. You can click the import button.
Oh my god.
So you're seeing all of the on the left part before you click the import button. You're seeing all of the trade goods that are in that province, and how many of them you had. If you get 2 of any trade good, you'll get the extra special bonus from that item. So right now you have 1 iron, but if you went and clicked on iron and you traded for another iron, if you hover over iron on the right, in the trade goods section, if you hover over it,
I'm trying to find iron. Oh.
it's on the upper left. Hover around that thing. Oh, yeah, I think you have to click on the, or hover on the word iron. So yeah, it'll say if you have a surplus, i.e. if you have +1 or 2 total, you will get heavy infantry discipline +10%.
Okay.
That is the specialty, basically, of iron. So if you looked at horses, you would see that an extra horse will give you heavy cavalry discipline. If you have
Okay.
leather, I think it helps your, say, light infantry defense or something like that. So each of these trade goods can be used for different purposes, different bonuses. So say you want to go to war, like you'll probably end up going in the Diadochi Wars quite soon. You might want something that's good for your military, but you want to know what your military is going to be. So if you go to the left side of the screen, all of the different windows, I would click on the helmet icon, which is your military. And this will tell you when you raise your levies from your different territories, what sort of levies will be raised. And depending on your culture and so forth, you could have different levies than somebody else. If somebody's from the steppes, they might have a lot of horse archers. You're from a more desert area, you have a lot of like camel cavalry type stuff. So you look at this and you see what you've got, and then you say, okay, I want trade goods that buff heavy cavalry or camel cavalry or something like that. If that makes sense. But it's not critical. You can trade for any goods, or you can focus on exactly what you want to get, and so forth. So it looks like you have a lot of camel cavalry, although your image in the lower left is blocking somewhat. But so what you could do is you could try to trade for camels. If you want to buff them.
How would I do that though?
But you're going to need 2 of them. So once you've clicked on camel, so right now you have 9 of 10. So you're only going to be able to add another import route without canceling another route. But you can just click on any of these powers. You could trade with yourself up at the top there. Parva, Karga, and Ammon are all territory. They've got your flag on the left. Or these other ones are independent nations you could trade with, and they would probably make you more money. But if their territory gets conquered, it disrupts your trade route until you set it up again. So it's up to you. Usually it's more profitable to trade with people who aren't you. And also, if you trade with someone, they'll have a slightly better opinion of you and so forth. So if you want to get that bonus, we can cancel another trade route and add another camel.
I think we're okay for now.
Okay. So what does the helmet icon want you to do? It wants you to...
Fallen units like a commander.
Yeah. So it wants you to have fleet commanders for each of your fleets.
Nauticon.
What you could do is combine the two fleets. Right now they're split into two 35 size fleets. You could combine them into one and just put one person on there if you want.
How do I do that?
Go back out of this. Select on the map. Select both, like group select. There's 70 ships, and if you just group select over the ships, and then hit that combine button in the upper left. And now you can just put one person as the leader of the fleet.
Priscilla Lagus.
They're showing you the people with the highest military. So there you go.
Okay, invention. You can afford a new invention. Oh, here we go. The tech tree. Can I resize this thing? Military artisans.
You can zoom out also.
Free province investment. Whoa, there's a lot.
Oh yeah, well that's just one of the trees, of sets of trees.
Astral navigation.
4 sets of trees on the left. So you're in military trees. There's also civic, oratory, and whatever the other one is.
Good lord. Right to be heard. Standardized measures. Fetiales, whatever the hell that is. Legal patronage, humane conduct. Religious advances. Due process. Why is due process religious?
Oh.
Fug. Fugly. Accepted rights. Sponsored games. State burials. Stoicism.
So in your upper left, you can see you have 8 techs that you have available to use at the start of the game, because you're quite advanced. You could do some martial advances to buff your military, but you're such a big and strong power, and we're on such a low difficulty in the game that you really probably don't need to. And often, if you needed help, you could probably buy mercenaries as well. I would suggest, if you want, to try, I think it's an oratory? Yeah. To research some oratory advances, fetiales and so forth, that give you aggressive expansion reduction. So, as a big empire, you can try to take a lot of land, but that's going to get you aggressive expansion, and people are going to be more and more angry with you. But by lowering that through these things, you can recover from taking land more quickly, or take more land without people being as angry. So that's one option. Civic advances give you more money through trade routes and stuff like that. And religious ones, happiness, religious conversions, stuff like that. Anyway.
Divine mandate. Triumphal coins. I don't know what half of this is about.
I find that going down the right side of this tree is more useful. Like the major right arc, like equal integration, defending liberty is pretty good. If you get to one of these things that looks more fancy than the rest, like defending liberty has got more fancy stuff on it, it tends to be a better upgrade. So you can kind of tell, oh, I can get this fancy thing and this fancy thing. This fancy thing. So minus 10% in aggressive expansion is pretty huge. It's like 4 times as good as Fedialis was. And then you also gain something else.
Local embassies. Defending Liberty, Level 1.
Oh, you went to Ed.
Proxenoi. Defending Liberty. Improve opinion maximum 20%. Should I spend them all here though? Should I buy other things other places?
Up to you. If you want to do some military stuff or some money stuff, you're probably going to make plenty of money because you're big, and you may take more land soon. How much money do you have? You're on ad ratings. I can't really see.
Where do I look for that?
Upper left should have
637.
What? How much?
637.
So you've got like triple my amount of money. So in this game, to start out, you can buy 3 mercenary companies. There are some techs that allow you to buy more or make mercenaries more advantageous. But each mercenary company, to hire them, it costs a flat 100 gold. And then they have, depending how big they are, they have a certain monthly cost after that. So with 600 plus, you could buy 3 mercenary companies very easily to aid you if you need help with the conquest. So as long as you save money until you get into the Diadochi, you should be fine. And I'm making 5 a month. You're probably making much more than that. You're probably making at least 10. Want to do some military ideas, I think the left tree tends to be more focused on infantry and discipline, which reduces the damage you take in combat. Maybe morale, which helps you not flee. The middle tree, I think, is based on sieging, making sieging easy for you, and supply, which makes it easier for you to not take attrition with large armies. And then the right one is focused on fleets. I barely ever touch any of the right 2 trees. You've got a very large fleet also, so you probably are okay with fleet. Yeah.
I'm gonna put everything into fleets.
I mean, you could probably get away with doing meta build as this country because it's huge.
I wouldn't even know the meta, so. Siege ramps. Yeah. The territory of Gonia gains a port, currently 0. Naval range plus 5%. Tetraer defense, hexareme defense. Covered decks become possible with increased ship size, giving some protection to the rowers. Gear configuration.
Oh, it's so painful to watch you put tech points into fleet.
Cry. Catapult platform. Piracy amnesty. I like that. None of this means anything to me.
Well, you'll have to play and then it'll start to mean something.
Right to be heard. Do I have to use all these right now, or?
You don't have to, but you'll get more every few years. You'll get basically like 4 more. Because every one of these people on the left is getting you points towards the next level. So, like in theory, if they all advance at the same speed, you'll get 4 more techs in like say 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is. By the middle of the game, you'll probably have like, I don't know, 20 or 30 at least.
Omen. You can call down an omen. Hellenic deity of war.
There are some important directions to go down the tech tree eventually, but nothing is super critical in that early game, I don't. Certainly not for you.
Okay, what is this?
Okay, so this is your religion section. You basically set 4 major deities. So right now I can't see all of your stuff, but you have Alexander as one of your deity of war is set to Alexander. Your deity of, you got the deity of economy, culture, fertility. You'll notice that some of these are Hellenic deities. They're from Greece, and some are Kemetic, which I guess is the local Egyptian religion. So Alexander tore through here, took over all sorts of areas. So this is a period of time in which there's a lot of Greek culture that is like seeped into all these different countries. So if you look in your cultural map mode, you'll see spattering of like Macedonian or whatever in Egypt. So that's why some of your deities are Greek. Now if So usually you want to try to set your deities to whatever your dominant religion is that you want I think you're probably going to have decisions in your mission tree that allow you to choose to be Greek religion or Kemetic religion. So for now, you don't have to worry about it, but eventually you'd want to set everything as Kemetic if you want to be Kemetic, or everything to Greek if you want to be Greek. But anyway, so you have 4 deities. Each of them give you a passive bonus, which is always ongoing. I wouldn't worry too much about the holy sites yet. So you see that, say if you look at Alexander, down below his picture you see you have morale of armies, and then you have monthly ruler popularity gain, right? Mm-hmm. Morale of armies is bold, or it's not grayed out. That means it's always happening. The grayed out one only happens when you use that, what do they call it? When you call down an omen. And then the omen stays until the next time you call down an omen in like 5 years. So you want to see if there's a good bonus that you could turn on. So monthly ruler popularity is not all that interesting, I don't think. Global food modifier is decent. Is that ruler popularity gain? I don't know. It's probably not very good.
Monthly ruler popularity gain. And
culture group.
Unintegrated culture group happiness.
That could be good, or reasonably so. It helps people that aren't your culture group or integrated cultures be more happy, so that you're less likely to rebel. They're more productive, I think.
And how do you activate it?
You just click on that picture.
Calling on ISIS will grant unintegrated cultural group happiness plus 0.45%. No other omen can be called until October 4th, 4:55. Are you sure? Okay. My Basilius, you have invoked the ISIS and succeeded.
The nice part about Alexander that you have right now is that your morale of armies is always buffed. You don't have to pick it every 5 years. It's just always on. Whereas I have a deity set, the Kemetic deity of war, which I have to call down an omen to get the morale of armies. You can change out your deities over time, but it costs you stability in the short term. So, anyway.
The
So
free
the last
idea
thing it's
slots.
asking you to do is in the upper left you have 3 question marks. This is important that you set it in a certain manner. So you see up above the question marks, one has like a military icon and the other 2 have scroll icons. So the military icon you want to set to a military idea. So if you click on the question mark under military, you want the top set is the military ideas, and they're in red. They're like reddishly tinged. You see that?
Yeah.
So you want to pick one of those 3 at the top line.
Thalassocracy.
I would suggest the Morale of Armies because it's just probably the best at this stage.
Permanent shipyards. Ordered retreat. Civic.
And then the other ones are oratory, so you want to pick 2 from the oratory blue set.
Monthly corruption.
Corruption starts to make it cost more for wages for characters, which can be very expensive. So that can be pretty useful.
Loyalty of generals, loyalty of admirals. Hospitium. Improve opinion maximum.
Yeah, I would say that's the most useful, and the other 2 really up to you. If you want to have like subjects, then Hospitium might be useful. If you want to just make sure that your generals are always loyal to you, if you have if you get legions, then the other one might be useful.
I don't know. I'll go with that.
Making your generals loyal is a safe direction to go. So because you did 1 military and 2 oratory, that meant that you get those bonuses below. Monthly tyranny reduction, national citizen happiness, and desired freeman ratio. If you did not do that combination, you wouldn't get those bonuses. And different government types have different combinations that they require. Like, I was playing a steppe tribe the other day and it had 2 military and none of the at rest that you had to pick. Mine is 1 military, 1 civic, 1 religious as an autocratic monarchy. So anyway, that's all you have to do is just set that up. And then I basically don't touch that for the rest of the game, but you probably should swap them out when you get better options.
Okay, now what?
Now real quick, I'm just gonna do mine because I've been helping with yours. Let's see, I'll do that. Do that later. Oh, there's one more thing you probably want to do. In the lower left, the last of your tabs is a missions section. And you want to see what missions you're about to
The
do.
Macedonian Pharaoh.
They'll have a selection of options here for how you want to expand or build up your nation. And the bottom section, completion criteria, tends to be a short explanation of what they expect you to do.
This mission will be considered complete when the prosperity of the Ptolemaic kingdom has been ensured, together with the institution of specifically Ptolemaic cults and festivals. I don't know what that means.
Is there stuff that's related to, if you click on Eastern Border, does that indicate it's more military?
Well,
You can click on any of the ones on the left and read them.
Well, the Greater Empire says It's considered complete when you have asserted our dominance over the neighboring people of Nubia and Cyrenaica, exploited the possibilities offered by our southern borders, and set our relationship with the powers of the Western Mediterranean. Eastern border. The mission is considered complete when the eastern border of the Egyptian kingdom will have been secured through the conquest of Palestina, Phoenicia, Syria, and the coastal Asia Minor, long contended by the Diadochi.
So eastern border would be related to expanding against the other Diadochi, and you're probably going to end up in a war with them shortly. So that's not a bad idea if you want to go militaristic. The Macedonian Pharaoh, I would imagine, is probably one related to like building up cities and doing like interior build up. Now, if the Greater Empire may suggest that you come down and kill me, which I don't really mind, but you probably don't want to do that.
So I do the eastern border.
If you want to go military, I would go for that, yeah. And you're probably going to be dragged into a conflict. So the Diadochi, you are one of the Diadochi successors, basically, but your leader's getting older, and like almost all of the Diadochi are pretty old, and basically you have until they die off to do these like wars of insane expansion. So you probably want to rush that if that's interesting to you, to retake Alexander's empire, because you want to go into military pretty quick.
Scribble, Triple S, Arwood, Luke.
Ooh, I have elephants, war elephants, war elephants. War elephants, archers, horse archers, light cavalry. Okay.
Philistia, owned by the Ptolemy. You have at least 3 fort buildings in Gaza.
I'm going to try to trade with you, wild game, and I think it says you'll have to make a decision on that. Okay. You want to accept any trade offers you can generally because it gives you more money. So I'm...
Click to accept diplomacy with Kush. How do I do that?
Click lower on that screen. Don't click on the flag. That brings up my country. Click on the pot.
An envoy from the Nubian regional power of Kush requests they import wild game from the province of Luxor. This will earn us 0.18 each month. How shall be our answer? Decline! Starve!
I'm trying to get that second wild game, which you gave me, to get archer discipline, because I have archers in my army. Wait, I can get another elephant? Ooh. I got 2 elephants. War elephant discipline up. So, guess what my only option for mission tree? I've only got one option for mission tree. It says the Kingdom of Kush, and if I hover over it, it says Egypt will be ours.
Oh no.
That's why sometimes I don't like to play right next to somebody. This mission will be complete when we've assured our hegemony over much of the Greek world. How the hell am I getting from Kush to the Greek world? I guess through Egypt. Well, I'll take the missions to just see if it gives me anything else interesting. Because it's all I can do. Maybe if I abort the mission eventually or finish what I can, it will give me a new set.
I could send my fleet down and destroy your country along the river.
How dare you, sir? Say develop agriculture, at least 5 provinces owned by Kush produce vegetables. So you accepted a mission tree?
Yeah.
So if you go to missions, now that should tell you the things that they want you to do.
I like can't find most of these places.
If you just press like F or Control F or whatever and then write in the name, it'll help you find any of these territories. Yeah, just F.
Oh shit. All these things? Okay.
Yeah, and if you hover over the mission, it should like highlight them in green like that or whatever.
Ah.
Some of these might actually be in Greece because you do have some Greek holdings actually. If you look in Greece, you'll see a couple.
Okay, so it wants me to like conquer this coastline first.
And that will happen when you go to war with the Antigonids. Basically, you and the Seleucids will both be rushing to try to reach that gap area. But Antigonids are strong to start out, so you know you do want to beat the Seleucids and cut them off if you can. But don't get your ass kicked.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
Well, oh, we can ally too, although yeah, we can always ally. Let's see.
It wants me to re-invade Greece. Okay.
Oh, I have a tributary here. What else could I import? Stone, I suppose. I'm gonna ask you for stone.
Decline.
If you don't want money, I'll get it from somebody else.
I'll take your money.
If I have 25 gold, 15 political influence, I can gain claims on Alut, Moreau, and Gabba.
You're at. I'm currently at the top of the score of the leaderboard.
Man, you're good at this game.
And you're at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm 217th. That's like below the bottom.
Moria is the next one down, which I didn't even think about.
Alright, so the first things it wants me to do is expand in my local area, so they don't want me to attack you. You're safe for a few years. You can always ally also if you want my support in war or whatever, although my armies aren't amazing.
Why did everything turn orange?
What's that?
Everything turned orange.
It did. It looks like dark, like black or whatever. You mean orange highlighted?
Yeah.
Maybe whatever. You're in some sort of map mode, but also you've highlighted your nation. If you click on another nation, it will highlight that, probably with the outside edge highlight. Or it could be related to the last thing you were doing. Maybe you were dealing with a mission that wanted to highlight your kingdom or something.
Oh, this is... I hovered over the eye for
Oh.
a second, and that's what it was doing.
Yeah, that's it.
The port of Sias.
Man, man, I've already won 3 wars and we haven't even changed the time period yet.
Wait. Am I supposed to unpause the game or something?
No, that would be probably on me. I don't know if you can. It would be in the upper right, but I was not trying to yet, but we can undo whenever you want to.
You just...
Get that 10% extra discipline. Unlike you, who went for freaking ships. Oh, dude, I have 4 more.
It's an option and I like ships.
See how much land you could take with ships.
All of it. I could go lay siege to Rome right now.
You know, you probably could. Given they start out like 400 pops or something. You start out with like 25.
Diplomacy. Kush. Technologia.
Let's see. Let's look back. Religion. I'm gonna have to convert culture.
Memphite. Macedonian. Phoenician.
Well, we can go forward at free speed, which is probably not too fast if you want. You want to start the game here?
Sure.
I can save real quick. Push.
Begin the invasion. Astrakhan.
Myself first, even though I'm the smaller power. Alright.
Oh, I extend all the way over here.
Yeah, you probably have a vassal, let's see. Not right now.
Uh-oh.
Judea is a vassal of the Antigonids.
Should I antagonize the Antigonids?
You'll get an event, I think, that will start a or give you the option to start a war.
An envoy from the office requests they import cloth from the... Sure.
I'm gonna pause the game because you got this important event.
New arrives from the Antigonid Kingdom. Our spy master enters the throne room and gestures that they would like a word with our ruler. They bring tidings from the Antigonids. The Battle of Salamis was a disastrous loss for us, and most of our fleet has been sunk off the coast of Cyprus. Moreover, apparently Antigonus considers this such a feat that he has had himself crowned Basileus after his victory. Any pretense of an Argead line of succession has been officially cast aside, and the throne of Alexander's empire is ripe for the taking. The spy master has more news, however. It appears that Antigonos' heir, Demetrios, has been slandering the other Diadochi and has been giving them unflattering titles. Seleucus, the commander of elephants, Lysimachos, the treasurer, and even Agathocles, the governor of Sicily. Though he is not one of us. Ptolemaeus asks his spy master what title has been bestowed upon him. The spy master is silent for a moment and then answers, Admiral. Ptolemaeus' laughter rings out across the throne room.
You're the admiral because you sunk your fleet.
We will crown ourselves God Emperor in response. God King. Ptolemaic gains Divine Ruler for 120 months. Country, same religion, happiness +5. Omen, power +10. Ptolemaeus 1 Sauter Lagades gains Pharaoh. Ooh, I want to be Pharaoh. Ptolemaeus the One Soter Legates gains 10 popularity.
If you hover over the other one, what does that say? Probably nothing.
Gains
Oh.
Nautarchos nickname. Kingdom gains Nautarchos for 120 months. Naval moral recovery 5%. Loyalty of admirals plus 15. I could
be the God King.
Yeah. Why would I not want to be the God King?
I raised my fist and everything crashed.
Good. They want papyrus. Quick, ship them off our best fonts.
Oh no. We'll send them Comic Sans.
Okay, we are the God King. How do I select my military?
Oh, what happened? Oh, you have 5k? Okay, so the 5k that you have is your one legion. You can expand that legion if you want to pay the costs. It will cost you money all the time. Unlike levies, which I think will have some costs when you raise them, but basically don't really cost you anything. But legions are better.
I just wanted to march them over here and start conquering.
If you want to prepare for conquering, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if you want to prepare for conquering, when you go to your left side, you have an ad up right now, so it's a little hard for me to see where you are. But you hit your military tab, and you say raise all levies, and you start bringing them over to your border, which is probably not a bad idea because you will be in a war soon.
How do I raise all levies? Just raise the raise levy button on all of them? Oh, raise all levies button.
Up above it says raise all levies.
Raise all levies.
Do you want to ally with me and get me to send troops up to you?
Sure.
Okay, so I will send you an alliance. Hope that's a declare war.
Low food supply.
Okay, I've sent you an alliance offer.
The Nubian regional power Kush offers us an alliance. By doing so, we are promising to help each other in the times of war. Accept offer. Alliance accepted! Agree to enter a military with the Nubian regional power Kush due to their own choice. Low food supply in Western Delta and Achaea.
I'll hold off on trying to go into any wars until your Diadochi War sets on. Okay, so right now you have 34,000 sized levy. You need to split that up so you don't take attrition. Or, oh, some of that's mercenaries, but still, 19,000. Probably want to split that in half. 19,000 left.
I don't know how to do that.
Just click on it. Let's see, is that all 19,000? Yes. So there's a button on the left side. It looks like it's split in two. Arrows going both directions.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. So now you have two 9.5 stacks. And I would just like put those on slightly different lands. Also, because you've raised this stuff, it will be drawing food from your settlements. So I would put your armies in different, I wouldn't put them all in the same province on the border. I would put like maybe a couple of them a province back.
How do I move them?
So in your map modes down in the lower right, you will see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your 6th over map mode from the left is, click on it.
You mean provinces?
Okay, this shows you all your provinces. So I would put some of your armies in that closest province and some in just a little bit over. Alright, so the green province probably can't support all of those armies. You're going to drain the food supply very quickly. But maybe put half your armies there, half in purple for the time being, because I don't know when the war is going to kick off.
How do I move them?
You can just go back to the political map mode or whatever, and then your armies will show up there.
How do I move them?
Right-click the army to a destination. And you can't go across to his territory until war happens. And I see you are getting a food message.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. So, should I send them over here?
I would keep a couple a little farther back, like a few, like not in the green province. So if you click back into the province map mode, you can see the green is one. I don't know if province is the tropical province. Yeah, province. So Eastern Delta is the next one over, and I would just put some in Eastern Delta. Yeah.
The province of Achaea, all the way up in here. I don't know how to province here.
Yeah.
Low food because I raised a levy. Should I unraise
Do
this
you have a
levy?
levy there?
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's gonna be awful lonely there, trying to fight whatever he has to.
Should I unlevy it or what? How do
Well, how much? So how much food are you losing?
I don't know.
If you hover over the food, yeah. So how much does it say you're losing? You're low on food, but you're gaining food. So I think that's okay. If you hover over the province of Achaea, the food supply 89 out of 100 there. If you hover over that green bar, yeah. So it may be next month they start taking more food out for the army that you just raised. So I would keep an eye on that. But right now you're not in any danger, but you could be slowly losing food there. But I mean, worst case scenario, there's probably like a couple people that live there, and it's not a very important territory, and it's easy for you to lose that. Doesn't really matter. You have 2K that are, you have several stacks of 2K in other parts of Egypt as well. You want to swap possibly to your second map mode over. That's your political map mode. That will help you find your armies. So if you zoom out, you've got 2 in the south and 1 in the west.
Oh, I didn't even know. See these. So should I march them down to you?
Well, there's no fighting that's going to happen down near me. It's all going to be up that northeastern border. I mean, if you were going to war with me, you'd need to bring more than 6K, I think. And also bring the alliance. But if you were planning to help me with my wars...
Look, climax.
Oh.
Isis. Mothis.
I mean, Isis is an Egyptian god. Goddess.
So, what do I do with these?
All the 2Ks?
Yeah.
I mean, I would use them up in that war. I would just bring them up to the northeast. I would probably stack them all together and try to move them all up at once. At least that's a 6K stack. That's kind
How do you do that?
But just click and drag them and put them all in the same province. Right click of same province.
To Alabastronopolis.
All of you guys go to Alabastronopolis and then drag them there to the next spot that you want them to go. Now, if you find you're still overmatched against the Antiquities, you could raise up to 3 mercenary stacks at some point. But right now, there's no reason to do so. Big advantage. But I would wait until the war starts to raise any mercs, because they're going to be expensive. And meanwhile, I would just try to make all the money you can. I'm going to unpause the game. We've got a whole month. I'm not going to bring my troops up to your territory until I know that the war is going on.
Happy Russ. Uh-oh. Western Delta, -17 food.
Yeah, it's because you got so many raised militaries. You can always move some people out of Western Delta. Let's see. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of food there.
Wars with the Diadochi.
The 25th. I got an event as well.
Request the...
You just accept the trade-off.
Having built the largest empire the world has ever seen, Alexandros the Great died suddenly 18 years ago. With no clear successor, the empire's generals have since fought over the spoils, coming to be known as the Diadochi, or successors. Our ruler, Ptolemaios, one of Alexandros' oldest friends, has secured Egypt, the wealthiest province of the empire, for himself. Expansion into Greece and Syria has, however, been thwarted by Antigonos Monothalmos, the former satrap of Phrygia, whose son Demetrios, the Besieger, recently crushed our entire fleet at the Battle of Salamis off Cyprus. Antigonos is perhaps the most successful of the Diadochi, but success breeds enemies, and he now stands alone, vulnerable. This is a great opportunity, if we can only secure allies to oppose him. The empire belongs to the strongest! You can now use the legacy of Alexander war goal on other Diadochi. We have gained claims on Alexander's former empire: Greece, Thrace, Macedonia, Syria, Asia, Cilicia, Phrygia, Assyria, Mesopotamia, Persis, Canaan, Lower Egypt, and Upper Egypt. These claims and the war goal will disappear upon the death of our ruler.
So strong. I believe also that you'll get an event where, like, you will be asked whether you want to go to war, or if you want to make a negotiation. So I don't think you have to declare war. I think it will come to you. My event says 25th dynasty of Egypt was established by the Kushite kings in 757 BC. The dynasty's reunification of Lower Egypt, Upper Egypt, and Kush created the largest Egyptian empire since the New Kingdom. They were succeeded by the 26th dynasty, the last native dynasty to rule Egypt before the Achaemenid Empire invaded them. However, now the powerful Macedonian Ptolemaic dynasty rules over the sacred lands of Egypt. We have waited for far too long to restore the glory of the 25th dynasty, but now the time has come for Kush to sail down the Nile and take our place as the kings of Egypt once again. Kush will rise to greatness is my only option. Which, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't send me to war.
A family was scorned for some reason. Disloyal characters. No risk of civil war.
So first of all, you could probably solve that by going into your government options and swapping out somebody who's of the house with 4 slots with somebody for the house that only has 2.
How do I do that?
That's your second tab down, the laurels. And if you hover over the diagonal corner, you should see how many slots that the yellow corner or the green corner. So yellow has 1 more than expected. So that person is terrible at his job. He's got 2 points, so I would swap him. Perfect. And
Lack of commander. The following units lack a commander. Egyptiaki taxis.
that's your legion.
No option for a commander.
Okay, so what you do for a legion is you go into military tab.
Okay.
And then legions is your second tab over. And now you want to pick 4 people to be your main commanders of the legion. You do that at that button that's in the middle top. It is a plus military helmet. And you want to pick 4 people, and
Does it matter who?
so if you scroll up to the top, so first of all, that guy's got 7, and it looks like he's got Blood of Antigonus and this other thing. It's showing you those 2 icons because those should be related to his military fitness. So the Steadfast gives him something, and the Blood of Antigonus will give him something else. Also, in this game, you can like combine bloodlines and use bloodlines to do different things. So, if you really are obsessed with like royal bloodlines, you can mess with it. So you can add 4 total commanders, because that way, if you split the legion, you have people that can take command. So you probably just want to pick people that are good at military, that are from your family. And hopefully the third option is that they are fairly. You don't want people.
This person has pyromaniac.
What does that give? Hostile attrition? Less. So for the most part, I would stick to people, your families that have high loyalty, which you can see with the hand. I think those 2 people at the top are fine. Or people with beneficial traits, whatever. You probably don't want somebody with like only 4 military.
Let's get one with 1 military.
Don't come crying to me if you get.
Okay.
I mean, for roleplay purposes, having somebody with 1 military is really interesting.
God damn it.
Still got scorned people? Who's scorned now?
The Archonids.
I think you were all set there with what you were doing. You were about to replace some lady. Yeah, the chair is three-legged. Yeah. Neither of those was Cleopatra.
Lack of command. This still doesn't have a commander. Oh, I could choose one. Okay.
Yeah. Now you can choose any of the 4. That guy at the top's probably the best.
Low food supply. Okay, whatever.
Let them starve. Let them eat grass.
Begin the conquest.
So if we just... I'm gonna speed up time a little bit. Hopefully we can get to that event for you.
Should I...
I would move some of these guys off of Western... or Eastern Delta. If you're almost done.
War in Greece! The Antigonids, in their hubris and folly, have chosen to once again resume hostilities with Cassandros I Antiparid of Macedon, in a vain attempt to prove dominance over those known as the Diadochi. We can only wait to see what effect this will have upon the politics of the known world, and how many sons must die to sate the bloodthirsty appetites of tyrant kings. Troubling news.
Troubling news.
Antigonid Kingdom is now at war with Macedon.
That's how it starts.
Let them fight.
Pretty soon, Antagonids are going to be at war with just about everyone. You should get an event soon.
Where's Macedon?
They're blue. They're the big blue blob. Up top.
They're trying to fight them? I mean, they're not even...
Yellow attacked blue. I think.
They're trying to fight them, they're not even, like, connected.
Well, if you go to, oh, you need a diplomacy map mode up. Here, I think we need to add a couple of map modes for you. Let's see. How do we do this again? Configure.
Argos. Argos! Argos is here.
If you click on the gear in the lower right, can you set some map modes to different spots? Click on one of the ones that's unused, can you?
No. Diplomacy map mode.
It's been ages. Oh, drag and drop. It's a drag and drop. So if you go to left, you can drag and drop. You want diplomacy map mode. That's basically one of the main ones. Let's see, what else do you want? You want territory rank map mode. Territory rank map mode will tell you where all the cities are. So that's everywhere it's blue is a city, everywhere it's not blue is not a city. It's just like a cell. That's really helpful. You've got religion, you've got culture, you've got trade goods. You probably want region map mode.
Region?
Yeah, region. Forts.
Lower Egypt. Upper Egypt.
That shows the larger sections of territory that are not the small province.
Arabia. Assyria. Mesopotamia. Phrygia. Cilicia.
You probably want simple terrain map mode.
Fun.
That will tell you what sort of terrain different places are, and that way you know where do I need to build where's a forest, mountain where I should, as opposed to putting it on a plains that's not going to give it a defensive book. Am I attacking into mountains? So,
Okay, march on Slovakia.
I think that's most of the move. Let's see, probably.
Fortifications.
You could do supply map mode if you want, but it's not necessary.
Provinces. Achaia. So they're fine.
Alright, I'm gonna unpause it, and we'll see if we can get your event.
Uh-oh, they're mobilizing. First levy
you could
increase.
always disband your 2K, or...
No, they're fine.
Alright. If they get destroyed, they get destroyed. It's not a really defensible area anyway. You might lose it. It's no big deal. Let's see.
Culture.
You have a vassal over there too, which is Andros.
Where?
And you have a vassal of Kos. If you go to your diplomacy map mode, which is lower left or lower right, and you click on your own kingdom.
The preeminent Cleopatra Acnonis. Some say that throughout Ptolemaic kingdom there is one constant. The deeds and character of Cleopatra Acnonis precede her. From the villas of the capital to the shabbiest border town, Cleopatra has risen to great prominence and positions as a public servant and aristocrat, and through her legendary private soirees has the ear of everybody worth knowing in Alexandria. She could no doubt make a useful domestic ally. Invite her to an exclusive banquet. We lose 43 food. But I become friends with Cleopatra. I gain 5 corruption. Cleopatra gains 10 loyalty for 60 months. The Acnonid family gains 15 prestige. At a fake address, I gain 10 popularity. Start seeing Ptolemaios as a rival. Loses 15 loyalty. Why would I want to do that? What of it? Loses 5 loyalty. We're taking you to an exclusive banquet.
Gonna pay 43 gold? Oh my gosh. Alright.
Oh, they're together now. I can't combine them. Cannot merge levies from different governorships. But we will start moving them. A ruler is born! My Basilius, a son has been born to Ptolemaeus, first Soter Legides. We are told that the boy is named Artemidoros Legides. He is a son of the Basilius of Ptolemaic Kingdom. He is a member of the Lagid family. Artemidoros. Can I rename him? I'm gonna name him Artemision.
I was gonna do a quick, lovely little war here. I assume you don't want. I don't think I'm gonna call you in because you'd have to drag your troops all the way down here, and I don't think that's worth it.
No, hold on, I have, Artemision. I was just naming my son. Oh, I have another son. Aristomachos. No, we don't like that name. Archimedes.
No, we don't like that.
Okay, I can send my 6,000 troops here downward. Where do you need them?
Well, I'll call you in. You can send whatever you want. I'm gonna go to war. If you zoom out with Megabaria, they're the dark-colored one below me, and they're allied with Rhizophagia, which is the little tiny green one next to them. Altogether, they're about 100 population, and I'm like 600 population, so it shouldn't be a big deal.
Pirate Haven. Okay. Call to arms from Kush. If we do not respond before the 18th of October, we will auto-decline. Join in their wars. Accept offer! Okay, where do I send my 6,000 troops?
Just send them to the southern part of Kush, and then this guy that's blue between us is apparently my tributary, so I think you can go through him. But if you have trouble moving your armies through, you could try to get military access with blue. But I think you should be
We are currently at war with Megabaria and Rhizophagia.
Sounds like disease.
It does.
So itchy. Oh no. 1,000 troops are coming up here to try to... Oh, 3,000. Turn around, guys. These nations that have no fortresses to protect their territory.
Should I move my fleet?
I don't think it matters. We're not on the coast.
No, I mean in preparation for my war up here.
You can probably base your fleet anywhere there's a you can probably base your fleet anywhere that there is a
port.
If you want to base at a closer port, that's fine. Oh my god, they're so much faster than me. You guys are so slow. I hate it. I hate it. They're freaking taking my capitals because I'm just not fast enough to catch up to them. My other armies take forever to get down.
Yeah, my armies are taking forever to get down to you. There's a very Star Wars soundtrack here. I love it. Do I tell them to make port in the ship or something? How do I tell them to?
Just right-click the territory, probably.
Oh, here we go.
Hate
Thank
it.
you.
Every time people like take your land, they often like make off with the population.
In defense of Cassandros, the first Antipatrid, the long war rages on, and our generals assure us that it is time we rallied against the Antigonid threat. A thoughtful voice at the back of the war council, however, suggests that perhaps a deal might be struck with the Antigonids, who appear to be highly preoccupied dealing with Cassandros the first Antipatrid in the Peloponnese. Our promises must be honored. It declares war on the Antigonid kingdom with war goal Legacy of Alexander. Let's see what comes of this. An offer for the exchange of it will be sent. If they refuse, Ptolemaic Kingdom will declare war on Antigone with war goal. Better wait and see. Our promises must be honored. Declare war on the Antigonid Kingdom. Archon Filipinos offers friendship. We have received an envoy sent by Archon Filipinos Charclides, leader of our subject Andros.
Archon Filipinos.
He offers our ruler Basilius Ptolemaeus I Sauterlagrides his personal friendship. Strengthening our connection with our subject could have its benefits. Who are you? Who is this? Who's Andros?
Nobody cares. They're from Andros. Oh, I think that's one of your little vassals.
This could be useful.
I usually just ignore all sorts of friendship stuff, but if you want to become closer with a nation, it's fine.
Okay. So does that mean we're at war? We are currently at... Oh, Jesus. We are currently at war with Athens, Megara, Eretria, Boeotia, Messianic League, Byzantion, Ionia, Knidos, Aeolia, Astactos, Kyzikos, Antigonid Kingdom, Cappadocia, Sidon, Megabaria, and Rhizophagia. So
good luck.
Do I just send my troops in?
Yeah, so basically Antigonids are probably stronger than any other power, but everybody is going to gang them right now. So they are usually start by pushing over on Macedon, which leaves their east not hugely defended, and then the Seleucids are probably going to just declare war on them too in the east. So I would just try to rush in, keep your armies together, and just take all the territory you can as quickly as you can. But don't spread out, because then you can get picked off if they show up suddenly with big stacks. Because they are challenging. It just depends whether they decide to go your direction or not. And if you do end up in a lot of trouble, again, raise 3 merc stacks. And mercs don't start with full morale. So if you pick up a merc stack and immediately throw it into combat, it might immediately break because it has no morale. So what you want to do is raise the merc stacks, let them sit for like a couple months, or move towards the front lines for a couple months. And then once they have mostly full morale, then go fight with them.
Oh.
And because this is a special war, the moment you move into a territory and 100% it will flip to you.
Okay.
So you can just move to... you don't have to go after the capitals necessarily, or siege the forts even. Maybe you want to leave a small group on the fort to slowly take it. But you can bypass the fort by just taking the territory, taking the next territory, taking the next territory. Keep in mind, Judea is also their vassal, so you need to probably kind of
take them too.
Work on Judea as well.
I guess Judea is in my mission, so.
Because if you were to go up yellow and ignore Judea, yellow might come down through Judea behind you. So just be careful.
I need Judea, Samara, and Galilee.
I'll just put it on 2-speed for the moment. Start. It's a short month.
Seleucid invasion! The conflict between the Diadochi is flaring up again, crossing the border into Syria. Will it ever end? The Antigonids are now at war with Seleucid.
Yeah, so those are the ones that you're trying to beat up the coast, because they're going to come in from the right and try to cut you off. And if they do, you're going to have to use your fleets to try to land places, which is going to be much more difficult. So it's going to be more awkward. Armies.
Something in
Kill these bastards.
Okay, what do they have to do to conquer a region?
You already did, Athala.
Oh.
You just have to 100% it. So when your guy sits on it, it will start going to 100%.
I see.
And then once it hits that, it's yours. Which is unlike a normal war. Normal war, you would take a province capital, everything in the province would flip, and then...
Oh!
But it wouldn't become yours until a peace offer.
The sacking of Marissa. Ptolemaeus' first Soter Legates has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Marissa. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, the spoils of war are likely to cause those back in Alexandria to admire Ptolemaeus greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems. Let the looting be gentle. Ah, another thing. Antigonid concessions on Thrace. Murmurings in the Agora have confirmed that the antagonists, pressed on all sides, have abandoned their territories in northwestern Asia. Ah! Heresy. Deified a living god and spirit of the nation Badrabahu Pradiota surely breathes, bleeds, and dies just like any mortal. This is a scheme to promulgate influence of Maria. Bereft of dignity, followers of the old god Badrabaku Kagyan may strike back. I don't know what that means.
Nobody cares about Maria. We're not over there.
Antigonid concessions of Thrace. Murmurings near the Antigonid have pressed hard indeed to agree to such a humiliating deal with the weakest Diadochi of them all. A turn up for the books! Antigonid lands in Aeolus, Lydia, Mysia Interior, Mysia Superior, Bithynia Inferior, and Bithynia Superiors, and Mariandinia are ceded to Thrace. Sure, I don't care. I don't have another option. Let the looting be gentle. The Legate family gained 10 prestige. I gained 16 gold. Ptolemaic Kingdom gained 16 gold. Gains 5 popularity. Let the men roam freely. I gained 24 gold. The second levy of Heliopolis becomes loyal to me. Hebrew Freeman is killed.
So, maybe this is a levy, and if so, I don't think loyalty really matters because she'll disband your levies anyway.
Oh.
But if it is a legion, you don't want them to become loyal to the commander. So loyalty can be bad.
But
because then if they uprise against you and they're loyal, or you try to disband or change the legion, they can resist that.
I'm Ptolemaeus the first Soter Legates, though, aren't I? None shall hide.
I guess so. Yeah, I think you have a levy there, so it's no big deal. So basically, like, if you don't want to kill a lot of people in the city, then looting be gentle.
Yeah.
If you want more money, then none shall hide, or whatever in between.
Okay.
And there are special cities, like if you took Athens, you might get some sort of special bonus if you choose one of the options. Like it might improve your tech by taking some of the knowledge of Athens back to your. Also, if you're invading places of your own culture, you probably want to be gentle, then you keep pops of your own culture around. But if you have a culture that's like different from yours and they're a different religion, and you might want to like lower those pops anyway by killing them.
Oh damn, I can't I can't invade Judea. Sad.
You could probably go to Azotus and I'm having to chase these bastards around my territory. This is so irritating. I wonder if I can... I swear they're faster than me. I'm slowly but surely winning my war down here. It's annoying. These guys are too fast.
They're taking their sweet time conquering Egyptiaki taxes. Or... oh! The sacking of Iope. Let the looting be gentle.
Don't you have any more troops in there? Somewhere else? Or how much do you have together? 19 plus 7 plus...
There's like... I have 6,000 on the way to you down here, but they're taking their sweet ass time.
But you didn't have any more other than those 6,000 what you were showing there?
No.
Don't have any in Upper Egypt? Okay. Well, if you need more, there's Oh, it didn't add me to your war. I wonder if you can call me in. Maybe you can.
Oh, we're taking a bunch of shit. Revenge of the Furies! Our envoys bring news from Macedon, where it appears Basileus Cassandros has succumbed to the disease of kings, an excruciating affliction brought on by an intemperate diet. Already there are whispers that Cassandros is being punished. Impatience is a virtue. Berenike Magus have been becoming increasingly restless of late. Who? She believes that her stature is deserving a key role in our government. She has approached in court, insisting that we bestow such a role upon her. Indeed, given her prominence, perhaps we should consider this carefully. Berenike will be very displeased if you not grant her an office soon. Berenike Magus loses 15 loyalty.
Okay, so she's probably ahead of one of the major houses, and she's angry that she doesn't have a position. So you could find another red and swap her out for another red, if you want.
In government?
Yeah, then I would give her a government post, because then she can't, like, uprise against you or something. Say that Arto Magus or whatever.
Thank you.
Swap.
Thank you, Ricky. Good night.
Good night. Aristomagus is like terrible at her job. What is Bernike's stats? If you click on her, yeah, there we go. So she's good at laurels. Yeah, you could swap her with a laurel person, but then you probably have to swap a yellow house in for the Aristomagus up top. So you could swap her with you could swap her with Philetus Thermides, or the ones in the lower right of your offices. Not that. What you're doing is no.
Did you want me to swap her with him?
Not Aristo. So we looked at her stats, right? Her stats are high in laurel. So you want to switch her to one of those laurel positions.
I don't know what a laurel position is.
Well, you see how it's either the scroll, the sun, the laurel, or the military helmet? Those stand for your 4 qualities, right? So if you hover over the lady, Berenike ladies. It's a good band, I guess. So in the lower right, she has 4 qualities, right? Her military, her civic, her oratory, and her religion, or whatever, right? So each of these offices is involved with a certain quality. There are 2 offices for each of the qualities. So you want the ones that are laurel, that are civic, because that's what she's good at, right? So I would swap her into one of those 2 positions. And the weakest person you have in there now is Philetus Thermonides, the other one, the Archigrammaticus. So I don't recall what her... Yeah, there you go. And now if you have scorned families, she's red, so you could swap out Aristomagus up top for a yellow, and that would probably rebalance you. Scroll down to find a yellow. And now you should be all set.
Okay, impatience is a virtue. Do I just...
Like, wait, yeah, you've already solved it, so just click.
Our envoys massive were an excruciating afflicting. Already there were whispers of customers being punished by the gods for his treatment of Alexander's family. Is it fitting now? Cassandros one gains gout. Okay, not my problem.
Until you sit at your chair for a while.
Okay. Sorry.
So now, one of the nice things about dealing with what you just dealt with was she will probably be grateful now and give you some money.
Money.
You are 42%. Also, you could bring your fleet over to next to where the fortress is, and I think it would improve the siege speed.
Oh,
Don't forget he could circle around through. Let's see. Oh, you're not at war with Judea, but still. I wonder if he could walk through there and attack you. But if you put your fleet out in front of the fort, it would speed along with any other forts you find along the coast. And I will start speed 2 again. I hates them, I do. Oh good, I took their...
The siege of Ascalon is won! Siege lasts 232 days before the garrison finally succumbed to hunger and disease. The Ptolemaic Kingdom now controls the province. The garrison were allowed to march out. Okay. Oh, the sacking of Pelop. Let the looting be general. Blockaded ports. The following ports are blockaded. Ptolemais? Oh, never mind. How do we build fort buildings in Gaza?
You would go to the... What does it require you to do? It's a mission.
Task has been unfulfilled conditions. Philista is owned. We did that. Have at least 3 fort buildings in Gaza. We have 1.
Okay, so let me look up Gaza.
Where's Gaza?
Okay, it's a city in Philistia, which I think you just sacked it, or you just took it, right? If you just press F and write in Gaza, you'll find it.
I did that and it didn't show up for some reason.
Oh, because you still had Tyrannus as well, so just saying Gaza Tyrannus.
Okay.
So they want you to have 3 forts there. And if you go to the second tab and the lower right, that'll show you your... No. The second... In the province section, there's the second tab, possible link. That will tell you all your buildings. The fortress is on the left. I'm pointing to it like you can see my hand.
Okay.
So the Liza Mackets haven't even shown up yet. Also, if you hit the fortress map mode, lower, right, and you look at their territory, that shows you in the red ones in their territory where do they have fortresses you're going to have to deal with.
Oh.
Really helpful.
Okay, what do you want me to attack?
Oh, if you could just de-siege any of my little capitals,
How do I do that?
just walk over Naga, for example, and stand there until it hits 100.
Where's Naga?
I think it's in the right, or at the left side. See the one that's striped red on the left side? Yeah, I'm just trying to stop them from constantly going to my undefended capitals and sieging them down faster than I can stop them. Which is irritating. Where
Befitting stature. Veronica Magus is settling into her new role well. While she is of the belief that this is only befitting a woman of her stature, she's decided to show her gratitude by offering a small donation. How kind. Oh, she gave us a ton of cash.
Oh, there's a rough fight that's about to happen in Naga. I don't know if they attacked you. You have 2,000 guys down there, but you didn't bring the 6,000 together, I guess.
I couldn't combine them. Can you pause it?
There's a way to have them all go together, but...
It said I couldn't combine them because they were of different leadership something.
Even if you can't combine, you can have them stick together, but I'd have to show you how to do that.
Ptolemaeus the First Soter has led his men to... Oh, let the looting be gentle. The Battle of Abor Perepi. The Battle of Abor... During the struggle, 700 of our 2,000 troops were killed. Rizophagia and Melagavar has won the battle. We killed 300 of their 3,500 troops.
Before you close that, so if you look in the upper left, you'll see you have camels, you have heavy cavalry, and light cavalry. So that's why they were so much faster than the rest of your troops, because they were all cavalry. And so there's a way to like lock them to go together.
Okay.
But that's the danger if you don't lock them. Yeah. I'm sending 7,000 guys that direction. Pause. Oh. Oh shit. Dude, my boys from Dodecahedron or whatever. Damn. I don't know why they're fighting with me. I thought they were just a tributary. Oh, they're my client state. Hell yeah. I'm coming in hot.
Syria lacks a governor. Sure.
This idiot became disloyal and left.
We can call the following cushion to our wars.
Yeah,
Battle of Sicyon.
You can call me into what war?
Oh, there's all 50 things are happening at once.
I paused.
The statue of Ptolemaeus once Soter laid. The people of Babylon, Egypto, have raised a large statue of our esteemed ruler Ptolemaeus the First Soter Laertes. Though the statue is lacking in certain important areas, it would not be taken well if we were to rip it down. If we leave the statue up, let us hope it does not get too well known, as it could be somewhat of an insult. We are grateful for the honor of this nation. Loses popularity. Gains national statue for 120 months. Local population happiness 10%. Rip it down! As ruined statue for 120 months. Local population happiness minus 10%. Keep it. Battle...
Local happiness probably means in that one specific tiny territory.
Yeah, I figured.
So considering you have hundreds and hundreds of territory, not a big deal.
During the struggle, 2,000 more 2,000 troops were killed. The Antigonid Kingdom and Eretria had won the battle. Oh shit.
So
oh, he invaded
2k stack. Oh yeah, that was over in. We knew that was gonna probably happen.
Yeah. Okay.
You probably forgot this guy's even existed.
Yeah, I did. We can call the following Kush into our wars.
Hell yeah. What war? You have 3 wars now. What is the other war you have?
I don't know. It doesn't.
On the lower right, the last war.
Ptolemaic Byzantinian War.
Click on it.
Byzantine Revolt.
And click on Byzantine Revolt. Click on the flag.
I don't know what's going on up here.
I guess maybe you had an ally of Byzantium. Let's see. It's in a civil war against Byzantium. They're at war with like everybody for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
what war can you bring me into? Can you bring me into?
I don't know how that works.
Click on it.
It just brings
Call
you.
alliance, click on it. Alliance actions. Click on alliance actions. Call to arms. Click on it. Or hover. Click on it. So just say okay. I mean, like, whatever war it is, I'll just.
Blockaded port.
So it's for Byzantine revolt. I'm like, sure, whatever. But I can't really help with that, obviously. I was hoping it was the other one. Alright, I'm going back to 2 speed. Also, if one of your generals becomes disloyal, they will just stop going where you tell them to go. They'll like leave a siege or do other BS things. So if you see somebody just start wandering off that you told to do something, it's probably because they're disloyal and you need to bribe them. Or give them some other bonus. So annoying. If you could just like stand on some of those lower capitals, then they won't get taken.
Pretender support. The following people support one of the pretenders. Cheridemos Therinides supports Malegros Legates.
Stack wiped. They're running behind me with 1k. Can you go help with that?
Who?
There is a city you were standing on and you left it and now they're running behind it. Can you go that direction, kind of like keep chasing them? Because otherwise they're going to walk through my territory and just stand on each city and like siege it. And I've got armies busy in like 3 other places. God, they're so annoying. Okay, at least I killed everything. I can kind of chase it, but I'm really far away.
Siege of Sicyon lost? Okay, yeah, I can't do anything with that.
Yeah, that was bound to happen. This war is nearly over. I just need sieges. Siege, please do. That's the Thermometer at war. The gentle looting. That's a sort of looting we should all aspire to. Damascus! You're almost to Damascus.
Damascus.
Wait, they haven't. Dude, they're kicking the Seleucids' ass. Look over there. They're pushing into the Seleucid land.
Where?
If you go to the right, to Seleucid. Seleucid's big empire to the right.
I should.
They've pushed east into the Seleucids, which is fine with you because you'll just come up behind and gobble everything up, unless they turn their armies around. It's too bad I can't join you. That sucks. That's the whole point. Take Damascus.
Everything defined down where you are?
Yeah, they're just being a pain in the ass because they have to keep tracking them down. And sometimes their armies are like all cavalry and mine aren't, so... And I can't split them up that way. For some reason. So I finally almost... Now I've stack wiped every armor they have, so that I should be good. I don't think I need your armies anymore. Uh-oh. Again, dudes up there. Oh, it's an ad. If you feel like they've got high numbers of guys, you could raise maybe 2 merc stacks. How much money do you got?
750
And how much are you making per
plus 715.
You're making 7 a month?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm making almost as much as you spend. Maybe because you have some interest. Oh, and you have a...
We are defeated. The Battle of Tyros.
I would go back to your territory and at least either raise maybe the 15k stack that's over in Alexandria. Just click on the mercenaries on the number. And anyway, I can't see what you're doing because if you click on the 15k on Alexandria and you say raise it, and then you start walking it slowly towards the east part of your nation. By the time it gets there, it should probably have its morale mostly back up. Got him, boys.
Uh-oh. They're retaliating. It's getting messy.
Well, I would suggest hiring at least one more company. Did you do that?
No, can you...
I paused the game. I'd go down to Alexandria and hire the work company.
How do I do that?
Go down, click on the 15. Click on number 15.
Corner arrives. Okay.
So it costs you 12 a month, so you'd be making minus 5 a month, but you've got almost 700, so you should be able to go for a while. Now they've got no morale right now, but by the time you walk them way over east, it should be okay. You want to keep your armies together if you can, and slowly kind of like territory by territory, kind of like walk it up north.
Should I hire these?
If you feel comfortable and you can afford it, yeah. But 4.5k against his armies is gonna, if it gets left out by itself, is gonna get crushed. And he's gonna start with no morale as a, so you need to not send him into combat immediately, because he's both small and with no morale, he's gonna get destroyed.
So
I would wait
no.
to send in one of those 4.5ks until the 15k stack gets there, because that's about how long it's going to take you to get your morale up. Probably like 2 or 3 months at least. I'm pausing. But you crushed that guy. Another thing you can do is you can add more to your legion. That will cost you more per turn in least legion maintenance, but...
Oh, hold on, stay there. I'm about to gain some money. We have increased rank and are now a major power. Civil War. Since 21% of the 220% threshold of the total power base of our characters and subjects are disloyal, the Civil War will break out in 21 months.
So next to that you should have a little hand icon. Go to the right. Right. There's a button that says more.
Do I bribe her or what?
You could just keep bribing.
I'm losing money.
How much money? Well, no, but I think it comes from your character, not the nation. Your character has a set amount of money. You can bribe from that. If you hover over it, from his personal wealth. So it's not coming from the nation's wealth. So now nobody's unhappy. You can also give free hands. You can give them a holding. Basically give them one of your territories for the time being. Alright. Can claim on Nubia. I'm consolidated Moreau. Want to get a claim on Nubia. That's all Nubia. So many troops here.
Oh shit, you just took this whole area.
Yep. In a peace treaty.
I want to send my troops back up then.
Yeah, definitely. You probably want all the troops you can get. I'm gonna unpause it 2-speed. Why can't I disband all levies? Oh, because I'm at war. I can't disband my levies because I'm at war with.
Oh! The 120th Olympiad. Once more, the renowned Olympic Games are due to occur in the settlement of Olympia. The traditions surrounding these are ancient. It is mighty Heracles himself, and they are an occasion in which all Greece rejoices. It is our custom to send the proudest, most able young Ptolemaic athletes to compete on our behalf. We believe we have found 2 ideal candidates. Eager competitor by the name of Aristo, the son of Apollo himself. He calls himself Sack of Demeter Shrine. The great shrine in Ulysses dedicated to Demeter has been sacked by the forces of Macedon. Our priest assures that this can only bring bad fortune upon their people. We will remember this crime!
Who can blame a soldier for pillaging?
Ah! Battle of... We are defeated. Can you pause it real quick? Things keep happening while I'm trying to, like... Loses 25 opinion of Macedon. The Holy Site it will be destroyed. Macedon gains 10 opinion of Ptolemaic Kingdom. The Holy Site and the Ulysses will be destroyed.
Usually I just say, who can blame a soldier for pillaging? Because, like, you have no control over it. It doesn't really matter what you say. It's just like, do you want to be angry at them for pillaging a shrine that's basically of your religion, I guess? Like halfway across the world sometimes? Who cares?
Which of these finals do you want to send? Send Aristo.
I have no idea what's better to send for the game.
Send Aristo. Okay, what is going on over here? I lost something?
You lost a battle?
Attack them. Kill them.
So they are... so you'll see that they are trying to walk to a territory. When they get halfway there, they'll be locked in. So what I would suggest is you don't start your walk towards the new territory until they're halfway there and they're locked. Because right now, what's probably going to happen when I unpause is they're going to stop walking. And then you're going to have to stop walking.
I don't know what that means.
See what happened? As soon as I unpaused it, he flipped and went the other way. So what you need to do is if you see somebody walking, to intercept them, wait until they're locked. They've got a little lock on their, so do you see your army that's retreating? You see your army that's retreating, it's got its head down, it's limping along, it's got a little lock under it.
Yeah.
That means it's locked into going to the next territory, because it's halfway there. So that's the way to intercept an enemy, is when you see them walking somewhere like this Isel Vila, wait till they're halfway there, then you start moving in. Because now they can't retreat. If that makes sense. Anyway. Because because now you'll walk into that territory, but they're not even there. Would you do one thing? If you could go to that war, the other war you're fighting, and click on it.
Our current war exhaustion is 8.89 out of 30.
Okay.
The Byzantine War?
The Byzantine War. And can you say sue for peace? And then can you, instead of doing a demanding peace, can you do an offering peace? And then they won't white peace with you, I guess. What is the suggestion? If you click suggest, what does it say?
Philistia and Western Delta.
No. Well, cancel it then. So a lot of times, what's happened in this case, I think, is that you were at war with the Antigonids, and one of their vassals was Byzantine. And since their revolt started with Byzantine revolt, they were also at war with you because you were at war with the base nation. So I was hoping that you could just peace out the revolt. Revolts are really annoying in this. They really need to rework them. Anyway, the frustrating thing is, like, I can't put down my troops. Like, I can't disband my levies until war is over, and I'm stuck in a war until they decide not to be in war. And there's no way I could ever even get over there to fight them.
God damn it. This guy just, like, jumps around. The city of Babylon has been often overlooked by the wealthy patrons of our capital. Today, however, Berenic Magus has offered to spend a sizable quantity of her wealth just constructing a grand temple of Apollo. She has requested our permission. Before she embarks upon very well. Fuck. Attack them! They're basically just retaking everything back. I can't really do anything.
Yeah, you gotta kind of like take it piece by piece with like several connected armies fanned out.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why this split in half. God,
Just lost.
fucking Christ. I hate this. Can I declare war on Judea?
What is that 2K made up of? If you hover over the 2K. If you... I'll just... Okay, the 2K is horses, but it's also light infantry, so it's not fast. So you should be able to catch it. It's just you need to get your armies together because they're about to attack you with like 2,000, 11,000.
I don't know how to
That's
do
what you
that.
say.
They like split up on their own. I don't know how to get them together again.
You need to walk up to similar territories near each other because you're sending like one over here, one over here. Also, you got the 15K stack, right? It's just waiting for. I'm gonna unpause. That 9.5K needs to come over as soon as it can to help out. You're probably gonna get whacked.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because your army is just sitting there trying to 100% that territory. It's probably going to be too late.
We are victorious.
Don't attack into the hill. Don't attack into the hill. Oh, you won?
I want something.
Oh, okay. All impossible. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, even if you have to take a little attrition over time. You got the 15k stack, so I'd bring it up. That'll really help you out.
We are victorious. Oh! Can I attack Judea? What happened?
If they can walk through it, you could probably also walk through it. You want to kill this 2k stack because it keeps walking behind you. So I would take that 3.8k stack on the right and use that to constantly chase the 2k stack. Your larger armies can go up and fight and take territory. You know what I mean?
I guess.
And you have the 6k coming up, right?
Eventually.
You can also use your boats to gain vision of the coast, which can help you know where their armies are coming. If you send it up one sea lane. They're okay. Do you see where you're attacking and where they're attacking?
No.
The 2k is moving. Where is it moving to?
I have no idea.
We'll hover over the 2k. It says, will arrive in Shalem on 6th of November, and it's locked. So if you move towards Shalem now, you could intercept it, but you've moved to where they were instead of where they're going, so you're gonna miss them because you're also now locked. But like generally, you want to like wait, see where they're going. When they lock in, then go for that territory. Understand what I mean?
I guess.
So if you were just sitting on Palestina, then you could go to Shalem right now and kill them. Anyway. So I would just keep chasing the 2k with that 4k stack, and everybody else just constantly go take territory. But you're sitting.
Yeah, I can't enter Judea.
You can't enter. Well, they're coming out in another area, so I would go over to Gerasa or whatever you can do. You could also ask Judea for military access.
How do I do that?
And if they don't want to give you military access, you can always improve your opinion of them. Influence actions, improve opinion. Or relations action, improve opinion. Cost you 25 gold though. But yeah, you may have to just deal with them in, being in Judea. That's one of the things I was concerned with earlier, is them walking through. Can't disband troops until it's done with his name. So did you catch that 2k?
No, they disappeared into Judea.
In there. What you might do is hire like a 4.5k stack, and then just sit it down at the lower end of Judea, and then you don't have any boxed in on both sides. My only other concern is if they can get access through Nabatea, they can come down inside your territory and start just capping places.
What's
The 2K
Nabatea?
stack. Nabatea is below Judea. So if they got access there and walked their 2k stack all the way down, below, they could come out the lower end of that triangle.
I don't.
Not the.
I don't really have a. I don't have a way of stopping that. That's probably what they're doing.
Also, if you have fort at an actual blockage point, you could possibly stop. Like the fort at Pilausian in Eastern Delta would actually stop them, I think.
If they popped up again, can't really see.
I'll just keep a small stack or two. Yeah, that could be for your 2K stacks. Could sit down there too, since they're still coming up. You could put them in like the bottom of whatever that area is called. I forget. Sinai. You could send your 15 stack up north and take territory.
I'm worried about them coming in.
Well, are you gonna like keep a 5K stack and a 15K stack and your 6K from the south all there to protect against a 2K stack?
The last time I didn't, they like took half this area back.
Well, if you take territory and you split some of your stacks up, you could take a bunch of territory in the time, and you could take a few. And also, maybe they'll just never come out because they always, like, maybe you want them to come out, even if they take a few territories temporarily. I'm gonna make another attack, I guess, since nothing else much for me. Since I can't help you fight. It's so annoying. I wonder if I could offer. If you
White peace. My Bacillus. White peace with Byzantium. There cannot be war without violence.
Good. Finally.
Okay.
Alright, I'm starting another war.
Whoa, is this? Is that my territory?
Man, Kush is hella strong, dude. I mean, it's no Egypt, but...
Bitter feud. The court is bustling with sycophants, claimants, and pretenders. It is little surprise, therefore, that two of the most ambitious claimants to the throne of Ptolemaic Kingdom have found themselves at odds. These conflicts have avoided getting out of hand. Perhaps we have to step in and limit the potential for escalation. Ha! Let them fight! Ptolemos starts seeing Melagros Legates as a rival. This is not the time to squabble like children. I lose 10 loyalty. No, that guy loses 10 loyalty. That person loses 10 loyalty. Side of Ptolemaeus, the chosen heir.
To squabble like children.
Fuck what that just happened. Is not the time to squabble like children, that one?
What?
It is not the time to squabble like children?
Well, you just want to keep people loyal, so, like, I would just ally with whoever has the lowest loyalty so that they won't get even less loyal.
Oh shit, there's like 3 notifications. Let the living be gentle. The Siege of Tyros is won.
It's time to pick a new omen. It's not really all that important, but
Conquest of Tyros. So let them fight. I don't lose any loyalty. Those two both lose loyalty. They see each other as rivals. One gains loyalty and the other loses loyalty.
It doesn't really matter. It's really.
So
I really am not a big fan of all of this. Like, oh, do you wanted these people to lose 10 loyalty? These people to lose 10 loyalty. People just like eat that shit up and love that and think that's just like the best part of the strategic gaming experience. But I just think it's such a waste of. It's just these sort of dumb events. Like, I would just say, ha, let them fight. It doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't really affect you in the long run. Like, these people are probably never gonna uprise against you or anything. Like, you can always bribe them. Like, these people defend this shit so vehemently.
The city of Tyros has fallen to our troops and is now in our hands. Tyros has been the home of the Phoenician traders since time immemorial. For many centuries, the traders of the Phoenician cities traveled as far as Hispania, far to the east, and everywhere between the two areas. It is one of the final cities of the region to fall to Alexander when he campaigned through Persia, raising parts of the city for its defiance. With the city under our control, our men and advisors wonder how we should treat our old enemy. There have been people asking us to sack the city to the ground and bring everything valuable back to Alexandria. Oh.
Can you hit the I button on the upper right? Where the I button, the circular. No, in the window, there's an I button. A person's eye. Click on it. That shows you where. So of course it's behind the window, but somewhere behind that window.
Look, I know where Tyros is.
I don't know where Tyros is, and I want to find out. Because you have an ally Tylos, which I thought they were talking about.
Ptolemaic Kingdom gains 10 legitimacy. Ptolemaeus I Soter Legates gains 15 popularity. Tyros gains Merciful Conqueror for 120 months. Local population happiness 15%. They will not mind if I take some precious artifacts, right? Ptolemaic Kingdom gains money, 5 prominence, loses popularity, looted. They're unhappy. 12% of the population will perish. Secrets of the Phoenicians will be taken back home with us. Ptolemaic Kingdom gains Tyrian resources for 120 months. Build cost minus 10, build time minus 10. Gains a bunch of money.
So build cost and build time are... That would be great, but the problem is it only lasts for 120 months. So unless then you plan on going on a building spree in the next 10 years, it's not super useful. You don't have a whole lot of... Well, you have a decent amount of money, but for Egypt, not a whole lot. And you're going to be spending that on mercenary upkeep and stuff like that. So you don't really need to do that. But...
I'm just going to leave it alone. Military... The Hellenistic local power of Argos is requesting military access from us. Not very sure. They haven't popped out, have they?
I haven't seen them. I just looked in your lower area. Watch them go all the way down to the bottom of Arabia and come all the way back. That would be impossible. So you're starting to win, huh?
Oh shit, I took this whole region.
It must be that it flips if you take the capital. I think that's probably also. So if you were to take Tripodisios, that might flip that whole entire region. give it a shot.
Oh, what? Wait.
Ad break.
Half of Judea's green with lines.
Green with lines. It could have lines because I can't see your screen really, but it could have lines because you have a claim on it.
But I can't move my troops in there still.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. As long as you have a 6K and the 5K, that's plenty to be hemming them in. More, really. They are coming in from the north, so I would bring 20K to 5 or 15K. Sorry I can't help you in this war. If you do end up needing money, I probably will amass a fair amount of money. I got 480 something right now. Because I'm being frugal.
The sacking of Tizadon.
Up the Nile.
Battle of Mare Fianisham. Oh, they're fighting my forces in the water. Enemy captured. Ah! Move the fucking window. Now deal with him as we see fit. Ah! We are no longer importing iron from province of Chalkidiki to province Western Delta. Okay. Jews leaving for... Some of our Jewish citizens have left the city to travel to Jerusalem and the lands of our neighbor Judea. Shimo Zatoki has become an infamous name in our court and quickly grown unpopular among our peers. Why do they think they can take our citizens? Some of the okay, sure, whatever. Go to Judea, I don't care. We are victorious. Okay. Did I miss something? Unused trade routes.
You stopped importing iron, so you probably want to import a new iron, which means you want to go import
Moreau.
And then somewhere that will give it to you. Moreau would be me, so you could import from me and pay me.
Countries played by humans, so unpredictable.
There you go.
Cool.
Give me sweet income. Alright, I'm gonna unpause it. Let's get this. Dare they retake territory? I wish I could help you, man. If I could, it would be so easy. We would fucking problem solve.
Why is this one like all red and green?
Because you have taken it, but because it's not his actual territory, it doesn't flip. It's actually a vassal of his, so it's just held until you have a peace treaty.
How do I do that?
You have control of it. You can leave. If you go back to the normal map mode of the country's map mode, it should be striped your color if it's big enough to show up. You gotta wait until he's locked.
Such sweet time. Are you... Can you hear me? Hello? Are you there? I'm gonna... Fuck. I'm gonna end the stream. Nobody's watching, so... I'm just gonna end the stream here. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. It seems he disconnected. That's...